Welcome back to Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. We are here with our plant and garden expert Craig Hignine answering all of your questions on our Facebook Live. So let's go where we left off, which is with Jenny. And she asked, I planted my sugar baby watermelon about 65 days ago. How do I know when to harvest them?
Okay, on watermelons, when the melon is ripe, there are two little tendrils on the stem just before the stem enters the watermelon. As the melon ripens, those tendrils tend to wither. The old-fashioned method is just take the melon and tap it, and if it sounds and feels like a water balloon, it's ripe.
Kirk is asking, when do I prune back my hydrangeas? Still have lots of buds on them.
Okay, if it is a colored hydrangea, you would go in about next week. We're starting in August now, and you take out the oldest flowers. Considering that it's a rebloomer and you're still getting buds, you take out the oldest flowers to force some new growth to come up from the bottom. You're going to take those stems as short as you can without removing the other flowers. If it's any of the whites or the off-whites, not pink, not blue, just let them stand. They're going to bloom on new wood come next spring.
And Jen asks, my tomato plants are loaded with fruit, but none of them are turning red. When can I expect them to turn? Thank you.
When Mother Nature gets good and ready. It's one of those things. With this heat, we got off to a miserable start this year. Sometimes it can take an inordinate period of time for that fruit starting to ripen because we're all waiting for that first BLT. So just give Mother Nature her time.
All right. Donna, how do you get rid of blister beetles?
Blister beetles. That, again, would probably be the 7, would be the safest chemical route to use. Just remember, any chemical that you're using, read the label. It's very important that you understand the conditions under which you are applying this, and if it's anything in an edible crop, how many days before harvest you have to stop using it. And this time of the year, I do suggest that we do our spraying pretty late in the day. I don't want chemicals on plants in the heat of the day.
Raquel asks, my jade plant is dropping a lot of petals. Any idea why? I am not overwatering.
But you never can tell. If that jade is dropping a lot of leaves, what look like perfectly green leaves, again, I'm going to say the word heat stress, which, many plants, go through at this time of the year. If this plant is inside, I'm going to guess green leaves tells me that plant has gotten too wet somewhere along the way.
Ann is asking, my grass is getting tall, but I don't think it's going to be growing much with this upcoming heat. Should I mow it or when it's this hot, or should I wait until it cools down?
You never stop mowing grass. Anytime your grass gets to about 4 inches, you go ahead and mow down to 3 inches. Remember, the roots on the grass are directly proportional to the height of the blade of grass. So the longer the blade, the longer the roots. You bring the height of the grass down, you bring the depth of the roots up, but no, don't give up on mowing. Don't let it get out of hand.
And Elaine asked, I have a red maple that was planted 7 years ago, and now the bark is coming off and the foliage is weak looking. Ideas?
Oh, well, the first thing we have to do is go ahead and determine why that bark is coming off. Has it been damaged some way? Are you dealing with a girdling root that is going around the base of the tree? Do a little digging around the base of the tree and see if the roots are coming out radially, like the spokes on a wheel. That's what they should be doing. Past that, you go ahead and take off any bark that has come loose until you come to where the bark is firmly attached to the heartwood. And if it's not super damaged, Mother Nature will heal that bark back over.
And really quickly, Courtney says, if squash bugs got a hold of my zucchini plant, will they come back after I got all of them off? About half the plant appears to be dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you should get on top of these problems as soon as possible. Make sure you're keeping the watering under control. We've got a lot of summer left for these plants to go ahead and recover. So get on top of the problem Let the plants heal themselves.
All right, Craig, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for this, but be sure you join this Facebook Live each and every Wednesday where you can be a part of this conversation. Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. We'll be right back.